Hello everyone and welcome back to my Bold and Beautiful 29 YouTube channel. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Before we start, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. At Brooke's house, she finishes up a phone call about wearing the looker as Hope comes by. Hope tells her she's the talk of the fashion world. The show ended the way it should with her in the looker. Brooke's sure it was delicate for Hope not to be there. Hope says it's given her time to do some soul searching. She's realized how she and Carter went about effects was wrong. Brooke asks where effects stand between them. Hope says it's complicated encounters. Where do effects stand between you and Ridge? Brooke shafts. They go over the chemistry she and Ridge had on stage. Hope tells her mama she's sorry. Effects might be different for her and Ridge if she and Carter hadn't done what they did with the achievement. Brooke asks her not to condemn herself. Hope wants to make it up to her, however, she wants that for her too, if she wants to be with Ridge. Brooke says he's her fortune. She knows he knows that. I'm still his Logan. At Forrester, Ridge tells Eric he appreciates his fidelity to what he thinks his love life should be. Exploding, he reminds his father that he allowed. She betrayed them. Eric counters that he made a big mistake. It's time Ridge admits that so he can move on with his life. Ridge tells his father he doesn't get to play God with his life. You want to tell me who I should live my life with? Eric smothers, because I know. He tells his son he can't keep going between two different women. It's gone on long enough. They both know where it ends. You with Brooke. Eric goes on that there's no bone. Differently like Brooke. Ridge says Taylor's enough special too. Eric argues, she's not the love of your life. Ridge wants him to stop, he's married to someone differently. Eric points out he's not wedded or engaged. Go back to Brooke. It's where you belong. Carter thinks about better times with Hope. Zende comes by and tells him he was just deep in discussion with the scent expert. We need to talk. Carter asks, is Commodity going on with her? Zende doesn't mean to pry, but he walked by on him and Daphne before. Is Commodity going on between them? Carter says there's nothing going on between them at all. His focus is on Hope. He's hoping they can work effects out and he won't give up on her. Zende asks if he's sure Daphne is beautiful. By the runway, Katie asks Daphne if she's using Carter. Is that what you've been doing the whole time? Daphne prodigies if she's awaiting her to apologize for helping her friend get her company back. Katie expects a straight answer. Is she still playing Carter? Daphne knows Katie had a fling with Carter in the history. So, you still harbor passions for him. Katie cares about him a lot, which is why Daphne needs to answer her question. Is she only in LA to mess with Carter and her bastard? Daphne says there's no concern, the Forresters have their company back. Katie warns she wouldn't let her mess with her family. Daphne insists her intentions are pure. Katie asks if she's saying there's a connection between them. Real passions? Daphne says Commodity has happened to her, Commodity that's infrequently happened to her. Love. Katie smirks, love. Daphne says that when she came to LA, she didn't know Carter was a remarkable man. She was helping Steffi and her family, but she didn't realize that Carter was also worried. He knew what he did was wrong. She didn't anticipate to fall for him, but she has. Katie mocks, so, you're in love with Carter? Suddenly, Carter appears. Daphne says they were talking about how important they watch for him, admire him, and want the stylish for him. In the main office, Ridge thanks a buyer for coming to the fashion show and assures her they'll get everything to her as soon as possible. The kiss on the impertinence and she goes. Brooke comes by and Ridge tells her there's a lot of good feedback. Brooke has heard. It's not each about the designs. Ridge agrees. People liked seeing her on the runway. Brooke says, they liked seeing us. Ridge grunts, Brooke she interrupts and says the whole fashion assiduity wants them back together. I know I want that. Do you want that too? Brooke presses Ridge that the whole fashion assiduity wants the developer and his poet together. She'll no way forget that moment on the stage. She flashes back to the moment they locked eyes. It was inconceivable. Ridge agrees, it was. But it wasn't real, it was offered. Brooke explains that his father wants them to be together. She reminds him their chemistry is inarguable. The whole world wants them back together. I know I want that. Do you want that too? Slinging her arms around his neck, she purrs, I'm your Logan. Now and always. Hope might express 4 important words to Liam, but is her sincere request arriving too late? Let's explore Hope's romantic prospects and the implicit impact of Liam's ruinous disclosure. Hope has been reflecting on the inconceivable man and father that Liam is. Despite the challenges they've encountered, she cherishes the beautiful moments they've participated. Although both have caused each other significant pain, it's natural for Hope to feel reluctant about rejuvenating their love and risking the fellowship they've erected. Reuniting would involve the threat of emotional fermentation, as these former suckers could repeat once miscalculations and face farther heartbreak. Hope is apprehensive that Liam was eager to reconnect many months agone. And now Deacon is subtly encouraging her to consider Liam formerly more. Despite Hope's sweats to present a united front as co-parents, she might soon review the possibility of rejuvenating her love with Liam. The further she contemplates starting again with him, the further she could feel it's the right decision. Hope might muster the courage to express her passions in a way that surprises Liam, but what will he say, considering he's presumably dying? This leads us to the vital question she may pose: can we try again? Maybe Hope will eventually take that bold step and consider whether Liam still harbors the desire to reunite. Due to Liam's brain excrescence, it may be too late for another try. But unfortunately, Liam is presently facing a serious challenge with an inoperable brain mass, and it may be too late for another try with Hope. His croakers have supposed his condition terminal, which raises the question of whether Hope's emotional appeal comes too late for a romantic rekindling. The outgrowth hinges on whether this medical exigency leads to Liam's factual end or if it's just another deceiving plot twist, evocative of the jests of Eric and Taylor. As Liam receives news about his critical excrescence, he'll strive to defy the grim vaticinations regarding his health and seek effective treatment options. Liam will fight with all his might to survive, so be sure to follow his trip. Liam appears to be ready to suck. But occasionally things aren't like they appear, and there's a last nanosecond save for the character, but occasionally not. The cleaner hints that one character may die analogous to Eric Wolfelbaugh, while both that and the Taylor suggests there could be unanticipated twists. It's likely we'll see another surprise deliverance, but there's still a chance Scott Clifton's character might actually be written off. This one tends not to tell us when an actor leaves occasionally at each, until after it happens flash back the former Taylor, Krista Allen, and Liam's on-screen family Wyatt. Contract renewals and old news hanging around on websites. To start with, there's been some chatter suggesting that Scott Clifton and Dawn have lately signed multi-year contracts with the Bold and the Beautiful. The specifics of the contract lengths were no way bared, making this an old piece of news. It's important to flash back that once commodity is online, it tends to loiter indefinitely, and some websites no way remove anything. Suckers frequently stumble upon this outdated information, skimming through papers without realizing they're reading commodity that may be times old. This is analogous to the confusion girding the contracts of John McCook and Dawn Diamont, and now it seems Scott Clifton's contract is also causing some misconstructions. Liam could still die if the CBS cleaner decides to go that way. Brad Bell might want to produce a dramatic plot for Liam that makes a big impact. They occasionally kill off characters, generally Bones. Like Paul and Tom, but it does be. One reason they might be getting rid of Scott Clifton's character is that Liam is infrequently featured. Lately, he hasn't been seen much, and observers are tired of the Hope and Steffi love triangle. People are over it. No Bone wants Steffi to leave Finn for Liam, and there you go, that was another death that turned out not to be true. Constantly, they've tried to make steam work, but it has always failed. Presently, they've established a solid fellowship and co-parenting relationship. Thus, the show should presumably allow Steffi and Liam's former relationship with Hope ended on a sour note, and now she seems to be rejuvenating her interest in him. Still, this feels forced and excessively timed with the ongoing death plot, as nothing has truly changed. Liam's conduct towards Hope and her opinions involving Thomas remain the same, and Hope still desires a married mate. Commodity Liam has no way been. They haven't put Liam back with Ivy, he might be expendable. Still, it seems that unless he's reunited with Ivy, numerous observers are feeling disappointed with his romantic developments, if they decide to keep Liam in the plot. Given his limited screen time, some might consider Liam to be a disposable character, but he's a father to 2 daughters who calculate on him. The study of Kelly and Beth losing their father is heartbreaking, and such a loss could leave lasting emotional scars on the youthful girls.